With the new year comes a new set of fees for city services. Whether it's recreation or vital services, users will have to pay. But council says the increases have been born out of necessity.
The list of increasing fees as of the new year is a long one.
All over our bylaws, most of the time they come into effect as of January 1st of each year. So sewer and water would increase. I believe we passed a lot of fees for aquatic centers, our facilities, our ice rentals, all that sort of stuff. Those fees would increase as of January 1st.
Council's rationale is the chronic underfunding of those services in past years. Most recreational fees will be up by 5% in each of the next 3 years. As for other things like utilities, the aim is to build up a kitty.
What we found now with the work that the staff have been doing is that we've been underfunding. For our water and sewer, we've been putting away anywhere from 10% to a third of what we should have been putting away for funding on an annual basis. We're now looking at what we should have been putting away in funding for our buildings as well. And as we're looking at that, we're realizing that we were not putting away enough money for the replacement of our infrastructure.
For sewer, the numbers show that between 2005 and 2011, the city should have spent $16.5 million. It dedicated a total of $6.7 million. For the water utility, a total of $34 million should have been spent in that period, when only $4.5 million was actually spent.
So looking at our water, sewer, and storm, last year we were looking at a dig almost every day to do a repair or work on that. Some of them were critical repairs that had to be done with 40 below weather or 30 below weather. So the key piece here is that we need to properly fund those utilities so that we're able to do that in a controlled environment as opposed to an emergency on-call basis.
Those numbers were determined after a 4-year assessment of every pipe under the ground and its anticipated lifespan. Now the city is turning its attentions to infrastructure above ground.
So now the next piece that they're working on is the actual vertical structure. So that's everything from the sewage treatment plant itself to the water pump houses to the buildings such as the Civic Center, the Kin Centers, etc. And that information will be coming back, and we'll be looking at what we should be setting aside for that. We know we aren't funding them exactly where we should be.
That report is expected to come back to council later this spring. Cheryl Jan, CKPG News.